Hey. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing? It's me, your boy Trey. We got my man Bishop. We in here this morning. First formation, morning sports talk. Falling. What's good, Bishop? What's going on with you this morning, brother?
What's good, WGO, WGO? It is Monday morning. How y'all living on this Monday? Hopefully, y'all enjoying it. I know it's Monday. A lot of people don't like to see Mondays, but it is what it is. Let's get it going with sports today. What's good, Trey? How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. It was rather quiet. I ain't do much. Getting ready this weekend. We have the volleyball tournament that's going to determine who our intramural sports champions on the installation is. So uh, that's a good old thing. So basically, that's what we got going on. That's what my week is going to be for the most part.
What's up? Yeah, I didn't do too much, but been supported another fraternity this weekend. Man, shouts out to the two gentlemen that crossed over into Psi Delta Tau Military Fraternity Incorporated. Um,
I was about to say, how did that go? I think I seen some pictures of y'all doing community service and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, we did. It went real well, man. They had a
Cleaned
good
up a
time.
veterans house.
Yes, a veteran, a what was actually who was the oldest living World War II veteran back in 2018 when he passed,
Hmm.
Mr. Overton. So yeah, his house is a historical landmark. So no one lives in the house, so they go over there as their community service. And being that he's an honorary member, they actually go over there and clean up his house and stuff. Is out, the area beautification around his house and stuff like that. So yeah, we went and did that, which was hot. And then we went and visited his grave site. But yeah, that was cool.
It was good, Key. What's good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you as well, Zach. How y'all doing this on this fine morning? What y'all got going on with y'all day? What is going on with this mic?
Good morning, Key. How you doing? How you doing? What up, Zach? What's good, Ma? How you living this morning, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, man. Same thing, different day for the most part, man. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice, man. We will say that.
Austin, right? It was in Austin.
Correct, correct. Yeah, I went down to Austin on Friday, Friday afternoon. Yeah, came back yesterday morning. It was also a slingshot event in the exact same hotel. They had a
Oh, that
slingshot.
was right up your alley. I take it.
Right, I didn't take my slingshot though. Done with PT off to start clearing. Oh, I feel
Them days, the
yeah,
clearing days.
those clearing days. Yeah, yeah,
You know, I've only cleared 3 times in my life
yeah.
in
No, it's
my
funny.
military
Yeah,
career.
yeah. You said you spend most of your time in Texas, so yeah,
3 times. I only do what that. Well, four if you count Korea, but I don't even honestly I don't remember the clearing experience from Korea. But besides that, Fort Hood, um, Fort JBLM, here on Fort Polk. Uh, what one of the key things I did, I don't know if you did it too, uh, when it came to the cook whites, having to clear
yeah,
having to clear the installation. I was like, oh no, I'm just gonna take those with me. Just go ahead and send them on to the next installation.
yeah,
And started to think myself like, damn, where I'm gonna find these other cook whites at?
yeah. Especially if you got a good pair, man. You got a good little set, man. Yeah, you ain't trying to. Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember them cook white days. Good lord, bro.
Bro,
Oh,
I remember now. I think about it. I remember keep on having to go. I started out at like a 36 in cook whites, and I was like, my goodness. I was like, man. Matter of fact, disregard that last statement. Uh, in any
can't.
case,
Oh, that's out there now. It's done. It's done.
then we gonna go
Good
ahead and
morning,
disregard that
Steve.
last statement.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning.
Go ahead before I incriminate myself. Uh, but yeah, so interesting enough.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things going on in the NBA,
Oh, let
Bishop.
me say this too. Let me say
Yes,
this
sir.
too.
Yes, 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 yes.
That thing you sent me, man, that you had me and Ron do. You know,
Uh
y'all
huh.
probably have iPhones, so I could not participate in it because for whatever reason it wouldn't pull up on my phone.
Okay, okay. Oh, it wouldn't pull up on your phone.
So I could click it,
Mm-hmm.
but
The,
it wouldn't
the
take me.
message with it wouldn't take. Okay. I have to. I think I have a little more direct route to it.
Yeah.
Uh, for it because I didn't get a chance to. Yeah, because once I get all three of them, then we'll go from there.
Okay, good.
But yeah. So one of the things, like we was about to say, uh, this week, one of the things that keep on crossing my timeline, and I'm not sure what's this doing for yours.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, John Morant's comments in reference to he would cook Michael Jordan if he was in that era.
He is not.
The look on your face, Bishop.
Trey is making this up, man. I ain't
I'm
seen
not making it up, fam.
the
Like
whole
he
time.
did it he did an interview with Taylor Rooks,
Uh huh.
in which Taylor Brooks and him was having a conversation, and he basically stated he's like it basically if he was in that era, Michael Jordan would get cooked too.
I wouldn't. I have not seen that anywhere.
He's
So
like he said he believes in he's 12's confidence is through the roof. And he's like he's just not going he's like he's just on 1-on-1 he's like I will cook him. See? Look at Steve.
no, he's not making it up. Twitter is roasting him. Yeah, bruh. I don't know what it is. If that's the case, man, I don't know what it is with
Is
these
it
young.
I think we talk like yeah, the disrespect. Like there's no is it's not gonna say it's disrespect. I think it's the error of I'm
The,
not going to give another man
the props.
yeah over me
They're
at the end of the
just
state.
yeah. So I mean, don't get me wrong. I like John Morant. I
Would you
do.
do the same? Would you say if Jordan would have cooked you during if you was in his era, or are you going to do what John Morant did to say, "Nah, I'm cooking him too"?
No, so I don't think being humble is huge in my
Hmm.
opinion. So I feel like humble yourself because if not, God will find a way to humble you.
True that.
In my opinion, no, I'm not doing that. He's seen an AI and he thinks that he's one that on that he's won that level on that level. Now, yeah, I don't. He's seen AI and I think he thinks he's on that level. No, and everybody talks about AI crossing Mike, and he did. He did now, and this is the thing, right? Michael Jordan, we know is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. But let's what up, Anthony? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's not forget he is human, despite the fact of what made a whole lot of people may think he's human. We not gonna say Mike Ryan probably never got crossed up because we all know it happened. We know people done scored on Mike. It wasn't that, bro. It's what Michael Jordan did in return. It's the his tenacity, his ability to finish games, his ability to finish individuals on the court who felt as though they could stop him and couldn't. We're talking about a man who a whole team had a set of rules for. Like that said, that speaks volumes, man. Don't get me wrong. You have high expectations. You have those people who you idolize and stuff like that. John Morant is not even old enough to know too much about what Michael Jordan was doing when he was in the league. Yeah, he
Hmm.
probably watched videos and stories and YouTubes and all of that. Probably watched, don't get me wrong, he probably watched all of that good stuff. Yeah, he did put up numbers after. I mean, and AI is one of the greatest to ever do it too. One of the best ball handlers in the history of basketball. But when it's all said and done, man, don't forget to be humble, man. Humble yourself. Sometimes it takes you a whole lot further, man. The one thing you've never heard is Kevin Durant say he's better than anybody in the past. You've never like some of the greats. You don't hear them talk about. Michael Jordan never said he was better than Matt. He I'll do this to Dr. J. I do this to
Some magic or bird.
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Isaiah.
He didn't say that stuff. These new school cats, bro. it's easy to say what you would have done if you it's easy to say what you
Point.
have done
Good point. Good
when
point.
you ain't able to actually
Hindsight.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
when you ain't actually truly do it.
Now, what
Which
I would say in the New Cats' defense, the Jordans and Magics did used to sit up and be like, saying, nah, you can't, saying, when they got on the court. But like you
right,
say,
and they was
off
saying
the court,
yeah,
competitive,
people
yeah.
don't
But off
understand.
the court, yeah.
To one another, they said in their face. It
Because,
wasn't an interview where they talking about Michael Jordan and he says, "Oh, do you think you're the greatest of all time?" Oh yeah, I would have beat the Dr. J's back in the day. I'd have beat all of them cats. You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that from the Magics. You didn't hear that from the Michael Jordans. You didn't hear that from the Kevin Durant's. I mean the Kevin Garnett's and the Joe Dumars and all of them. The Scottie Pippen. You didn't hear that. These new cats, man, it's a whole different era, man, and none of them believe in being humble, man. These you new cats,
saying, entered the conversation, Mike talking to Dikembe Mutombo about how Dikembe said, Mike, you ain't never dunked on me. Stop playing. Saying like that, saying, but like you said, that's in real time.
right,
They're
right,
still up and discussing it and
right,
going at it or whatever case like that.
right,
But I mean, so additionally, that is a very valid point in what you make. Like, there's no way that it's all hypotheticals at this point.
right. You
And
can't
so,
prove
steeping in that hypothetical, the Ja now currently that we see in that era, does he cook Michael Jordan?
for me, I feel like it's way too early to say that he could possibly do something like that. Does he have
He
the
doesn't have.
athleticism?
We say
Yeah,
he has athleticism, but is it enough to say, yeah, he's giving Michael
no,
50 or 30 or
no.
20?
He's not even. Ja's not even at Kobe status yet.
Mm.
So how you gonna jump from Kobe and go to Mike? Hell no. First, you got to make the Kobe. And this is just me though. For me, you got to make it to Kobe status. There's levels to this.
There's levels to it.
Yeah, there's
Matter of fact,
levels.
get past LeBron in
That part.
your
There's levels to this.
in your current era, in the
Yeah,
current
yeah.
era that you're
You
playing in.
see, you rose LeBron first. He's in your era right now, and
Okay,
he's
D,
much older. Yeah,
all
he's
them,
much and they're
Steph,
much older than. Yeah, they
Steph, and
much
them,
older
yeah.
than you. Much older than you. Roast them right now. When you roast them, we'll talk. Then we go to the Kobe Bryants and the people like that. But right now, you got to be roasting the people that's in your era right now. What up, Lestan? What's good? What's good, Fred? You got to be roasting the people that's in your era now. And if you ain't roasting them,
Yeah, then it was a no-fly zone. That athleticism, like, you got to think about, which is another good
that
point. Good
part,
point,
the
Steve.
no-fly zone. Yep.
How many athletic guards did we see in that era?
How many what?
Athletic guards did we see in that era? We ain't start to see an athletic guard till AI. In a
Yeah,
sense, am I correct?
yeah.
And
We late '80s,
that was
mid
after the
'80s.
bad boy era, and during the bad boy era, was no athletic guards. If it was, they kept them in hiding.
Yeah, yeah. We the athletic guards we speak of. We talking about the AIs, Byron Davis. Remember that boy used to.
Yeah, bounce him. Yeah,
Byron Davis, the Tim Hardaways, the Penny Hardaways, all of them cats.
but
Yeah,
it was after the '80s era.
yeah. There was a
After the
90s.
'80s, '90s, late '90s era. That's late '90s era. It wasn't during the time when
Yeah,
cats was getting touched up.
yeah, yeah. And like he said, like Steve said, the no fly zone, bro. Like, stop it. That was real. That was real. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I know you're supposed to be hype about your own talent and how well
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you play.
But you
Don't get
say
me wrong.
humble,
You got to
humble
build yourself
yourself.
up. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Show that you're that. People shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't.
Steve, how dare you?
What do you say? Penny was the second coming of Michael J. MJ. So I'm gonna be honest with you, Steve. In a way, I kind of agree with Steve because Penny, if it wasn't
MJ,
for him, bro, if it wasn't for
Penny,
listen, what I'm saying, listen, what I'm about to tell you. If it was not for Penny Hardaway being injury prone and having so many injuries, Penny would have probably been the next thing to MJ, bro. Penny was one.
Penny was the truth, but I'm not like
He was, dude,
let's keep it real. Like, Penny and Kobe were around the same time, so
I think Penny
but
came out. Oh yeah, because Penny, yeah, that's right. Because Penny and Shaq played together.
yeah,
Yes,
so Penny and Kobe was like the same time. So that first and foremost. Now, Penny, I would give you more of a Magic comparison.
he
I'll
was
give Penny more of a Magic comparison.
he was good with the passing the rock. I will say that, but Penny his leaping ability was phenomenal though. That
It
boy
was,
would get up and
you know,
raise up to the
yeah.
rim like it wasn't nothing.
But I definitely wouldn't put Penny and Magic and Michael in the same
But we,
conversation, let alone Penny and Kobe.
what I'm thinking, what Steve was talking about is what he could have been if it wasn't for injuries. It's like when Penny went out, this was before. When Penny went out, it was before his prime. Like Penny
Mhm.
hadn't
True
even,
that. True that. Yeah,
he
I
hadn't
give
even
you that.
peaked yet. Yeah, he hadn't even peaked yet, and he was the talk of all of it. He
But
hadn't
think
even peaked yet, and he was talking. Everybody was talking about Penny.
so. Just to go back a little further, how many people do you think when we talk about left before their prime or had to was like derailed before their prime? Who was someone else that comes to your mind that was getting talked? But I think we had a conversation that said I didn't get that conversation. I think that was Ron's like I didn't get it. The first person comes to mind for me is Grant Hill.
He's one. He's one. Grant Hill. I would also say Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady. So,
Yeah.
but so evidently between like talking Grant Hill and Tracy McGrady, it obviously it did enough to get them in the Hall of Fame. But
You're right.
what did
Right.
it really do? What do they really do? I mean, which is a conversation to go back and I'm pretty
Right.
sure go back and take a little look at some stuff.
Yeah.
But it did.
Yeah.
It was enough to get them in the Hall of Fame. But
Right.
was it really like? Was it based
Right.
on saying the longevity and what
Innovation.
they did, or what was it
Right.
like? And that brings up the case. Like, of course, neither one of them had any championships,
Right.
and which we talk about. So, of course, but it's like what was the other stuff in which they did? Which I'm down. Well, now that brings me. I won't have to go take a look at their resumes to be like, okay, not to say that, okay, you know, what I'm saying we can hire or fire them in the Hall of Fame, but it's just for a
Yeah.
conversation. Like, what did they really
to
do?
to put themselves in there.
Because does that start to do you think in any sport that when certain people when you start looking at the scale compared
Mhm.
to I did to what they did to get in, and you start looking at it like you're a part of my fraternity,
Yeah.
but yet what did you really do? The-
Yeah. Yeah. I
it ju-
mean, it's a couple other people out there. I feel like that what makes a person a Hall of Famer, rings or gameplay.
I think it's a
Um,
little bit of both.
both. Yeah.
Obviously, it has to be because everyone isn't in the rings.
Yeah. Oh, Barkley ain't in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Barkley is. That's what I was about to say. I was just thinking that
Okay.
he's one. We
Oh
still
yeah.
think about it like him. But we all know, like we all say, Chris
We know
Paul
he
is
don't have
expected
a
to get
ring.
in.
We know the mailman is in the Hall of Fame. He don't have a
Hmm.
ring.
You don't have a ring. Stockton, no
Yeah.
ring.
Fame, no ring. Yeah. So yeah, it's. I feel to answer your question. Yeah, like Trey say, I truly believe it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both.
Contribution to the game.
That part. Some people said. I think it was Coach or Commissioner Myers said that it's what you do. Oh no, he was talking about being the GOAT.
Yeah.
He was talking about being the GOAT. That was something else. My
So
bad.
a thought just came across me. If Steph had no rings, but yeah, he was still playing at the clip that he's playing with everything he's doing, is he still
Yeah.
a Hall of Famer?
Yes, without question. That's what. Yeah. If with him doing what he's done in regards to shooting the pill, there's no way he would not make the Hall of Fame. There's no way. And even if he didn't have any championships, there's
Any
just no.
rings?
Yeah, if he didn't have any rings, there's just no way that he would not make the Hall of Fame with the
Is
way
Dray
he way,
is
way he's about.
two-part question? Is Dray? Do you, in your opinion, is Draymond a potential Hall of Famer? And without rings, would he still be a Hall of Famer
Now,
if
without
he is?
rings, no. Now
No,
without rings, no. Draymond would not be a Hall of Fame.
but right
But
now, you think he is?
yeah, because of the rings, he's solidified himself in the Hall of Fame, without question. Without question, he solidified himself in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, without rings, no. Draymond was not in the same boat as Kyrie. I mean, as
That's
Steph.
Steph.
Yeah, at all.
Mm.
In my opinion, that's me though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody, some people feels like Draymond is a huge contributor and a big reason on why the Warriors have won all the rings in which they've won. I don't know if I feel the same. I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like if you could probably replace Draymond with someone else in two of those, maybe in two of those rings,
Mm.
and still get those rings with that team. My personal opinion now. he changed the game. Curry has kids out there practicing their threes. Everyone wants to shoot like him. That's true facts. Straight true facts, man. Straight true facts. I mean, when like they like, I think Trey said it, and I believe Ron said it, and a few other people saying kids are saying Steph now when they shoot the ball, Curry or Steph. People saying that now. Like everybody used to say Kobe or Michael Jordan, and when you in your room, you got that hoop on your back, you got that little hoop backboard on your door. You count down the clock. Everybody saying,
I was just talking to somebody the other day. I can't remember who it was. It was just talking about that. So prior to saying there being a nerf in the hoops and stuff like that, or back to when they was saying a little expensive. It wasn't in every home. It wasn't necessarily the thing. What someone would get used to put together a shoebox and tape. And cut the hole out the bottom of the shoebox to sit with a piece of paper to sit up and
right.
do that, or a sock.
Mm-hmm. We do it all the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, right, Trey? To be honest with you, is I just had that hoop at my crib. That hoop I did like recently, like a year or two ago. I had bought one at Walmart because I was like, man, I remember them days, man. I remember them countdown days.
Back
Remember
in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
that part? You think the big three will go in the Hall of Fame together, depending on when they retire? Probably, and that would probably be an epic Hall of Fame weekend and presentation. If they all three retire at the same time, yeah, they'll probably all three going at the same time, which will be, like I said, an epic Hall of Fame weekend. Yeah, I do. Draymond is modern day Rodman. So, Steve, I
Nope.
said that at first, but I don't know if it was Commissioner Myers or if it was Trey or maybe Ron. But a lot of people feel like Draymond ain't even close to Rodman. And if you
Yeah.
really, if you
When
really
you go back look at the stats and stuff, it's not even close. It
that
really isn't.
that part. But I get where you're going with it, though, Steve. I get where you're going. I do totally get it. It is a modern day. If we're looking at how the game is played, because the game is definitely played different the way than it was back then. Definitely way different. Robbins was a part of them bad boys, more physical than it was. It was way more physical back then than it is now. The refs blow whistles for ticky tack fouls now compared to back then. They swallowed the hell out the whistles. So yeah, but I get where you're going. You think kids want to play like Curry or MJ or Kobe? All three, all three. But see, I say that, and then I have to kind of like recant because most kids don't know. The kids nowadays don't know about Kobe and MJ unless they're up there and when you say kids, we talking what age group? If you're talking about small kids, small kids don't know nothing about MJ or Kobe. They know about Curry. They don't know about MJ or Kobe. So that's really like a hard question to answer. But yeah, if it was, hypothetically speaking, in the air, all the kids were around when all three were playing, then I think all the kids would just have a choice to pick, and they wouldn't go wrong whether they pick Kobe, MJ, or Curry. But I like that question, Anthony. I do.
Uh, so of course, over the course of the weekend or the on Friday, we miss the topic that came out in which uh, Damian Lillard, all superstar guard for the Portland Trailblazers, was given a 2-year, $122 million extension, which put him now at 5 years, $270 million owed as his commitment to the Portland Trailblazers. He did state that he looks to continue to stay a Trailblazer for the rest of his career, and even with that, uh, even with that, he also says he wouldn't honor. He's like winning a championship with any other team at this point if he was to be traded or went to link up with, let's say, the likes of a LeBron or a KD or Embiid or anything anywhere else, wouldn't have the same impact as it would if he won a championship in um in Portland.
Mm.
What do you think about that, Bishop? Does it?
Like I've been saying just now, you better get some help out there. 'Cause because Dame, you gonna need it, bro. It's not what you got right now. Ain't what it is, bro. You need some help out there, bro.
It's funny you say that because now you look at it. By the age of 36, Dane will have made $450 million from the NBA in contracts, just contracts alone, not to take in consideration endorsements,
Mm-hmm.
shoe deals, and all that type of stuff. He has
Mm-hmm.
won the gold medal, uh,
Part.
and was part of the 75 best players of all time in
Mm-hmm.
the NBA. At this point, Bishop, do you think it's like hell? Who cares about a ring?
No, ain't that the whole sole purpose though to play the game? I mean, outside
Is
of
it?
getting
That's a
paid,
good
or
point. That is a good point. That's a
outside
good
of
point.
getting
Is
paid,
it?
yeah, outside of getting paid, ain't that your whole reason for getting? Don't get me wrong, winning an Olympic medal is huge. Don't get me wrong at all. I feel like that is definitely a huge feat because everybody can't do that. Everybody can't win an Olympic medal. But when
Hmm.
it's all said and done, I feel like in the long run, you want to go down as in history as one a guy who's won some NBA championships. Do you not? Would you do? Would you? It's not. Is that not true for you, Trey? Do you
I
not
mean,
agree?
you would, but I mean, at some point, is there a point to where you like, you know what? Yeah, I wonder, does it ever become a point in the mindset of a player that is in a seemingly in a dismal situation from what we look on the outside looking in? Because no one all at the beginning of the season, no one thinks that okay, it's dismal until you're partly through things. Like, man, I've been here X amount of years, this is what we've consistently been through. But you got to take into consideration they have been to the Western Conference Final within his time frame. But it's
Mhm.
like is like this is where we're at now. You're like, do I just saying forget it and just go live my life? And if a ring comes, it comes, or if it comes to a point to where they trade me, they trade me. Like, what is it? Because at this point, if you look at the breakdown, um, he's going to make 42.5 million this coming season. 45.6 million next season, 48.8 million in 24-25, 58.5 million in 25-26, and then what is be his final contract year 2027, he's going to make 63.3 million
Don't
unless
get me wrong. That bag sound damn good, but come on, listen to me. What you said in the bag. That bag.
whoa,
Like,
63 million in his fifth year if he
that's
doesn't opt out.
yeah. That bag. I ain't gonna. I can't front. That bag sound real good. I get it, but
But
then
is
like
is this but is this that Kobe effect that we talked about before? Like, it's like Kobe, you're no longer, it's different. Like, it's a little presumptuous because we're talking about 5 years from now. But it's
right.
like, is it that fact? Like, you're making $63 million. If you take that 63 million and don't do what James Harden did, or something, that if y'all to bring in a better talent, is that become that position where it's like you just take a bless you? It's like you taking that money and running. It's like, man, saying, I gotta get mine.
I mean, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, man, that the money sounds great, but then when it's all said and done, man, we've all heard the saying, "Money don't buy happiness." No, but it
Mm-hmm.
does make you feel good for a good, real long time. You know what I'm saying? It does feel good. It don't buy happiness, but it does get you in a certain comfort zone. So with that, but then when it's all said and done, Trey, think about this, right? You
Mm-hmm.
got 65, 35, 45 millions year after year after year, 5 years in or whatever. And then some point, and this just me, this is how I think, at some point in your life, while you sitting on your couch, sitting there looking at all that money that you done spent on your $25,000 TV or your $2 million home or your $650,000 cars, you sit back and you look. One day you looking at TV, you looking at the sports center, or you looking at sports or whatever. You looking in your trophy case, you don't see a ring.
Mm.
You don't see a ring.
You
You
see
look down
everything
at your
else,
hand, you see
medals,
everything. You see all the medals, yes, gold medals,
trophies.
trophies, no ring.
your first pair of shoes.
Your shoe contracts, yeah, your shoes that's been in the mantle, sitting up there. One thing you don't have in there is a ring.
Mm,
Because I'm sure most NBA players, I'm sure, I don't know for sure. Yeah, I mean, I say I'm sure. Well, I would think as an NBA player, once you win a ring, you have its special area when you win an NBA championship. I feel like you set aside an area in your trophy case that you don't put nothing, you put everything around it, waiting to put that special ring or rings like Steph has in an area to be able to display it. You know what I'm saying? So, no, what? You can buy a ring. No, buying a ring. Why buy? What you gonna buy? You gonna buy a Portland Trailblazers championship? How? What you just? So you just gonna make up a fake ring? You just is that what we doing now, Anthony? We making up fake rings. You might as well go play fantasy basketball then and hope that you win that. So you can use that as your fantasy ring, as your championship ring. Nah, man. See, that's the thing. Money can't buy everything. I mean, money can buy everything, but the thing of the matter is, it ain't gonna make you feel better. You
mm.
know, down in your heart, you ain't earn no darn ring. All you know is you took because you had the capability of paying for it. That's what you did.
Stolen valor.
That part. I like that, Trey, because we've seen a lot of that in the military. People want to take credit for something they had no idea what it took to become a veteran or become military service whatsoever. But they out here with stuff on a uniform looking stupid as hell because they got it all wrong. And people who are in the service know that's why they be called out because they know how we know how things are supposed to be worn. You got all these darn ribbons on the wrong side and man, what you got? Come on, man, stop it, man, stop it. And all you are is laughing stock. You're a laughing stock to everybody when you do that. And you really upset a lot of veterans. And I feel like that would if somebody buying a NBA championship, you're making a mockery of the sport, man. People would probably really like true NBA players and true NBA champions would probably be real upset to find out that a player that never won a championship went out and bought a championship ring that they didn't earn. I really feel like they would be highly upset. People on the bench get a ring and they never. It's not the fact that they was on the team. They were on the team. They've signed a contract. They was on the team. They get a ring. Yeah. How you going? So you just gonna give the rings to the people who played? That's not right.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that's not.
Like, fam, you it's like,
The
sorry,
coach don't play either.
we ain't got a ring for you. You ain't get over 500 minutes this year.
Right. The coach don't play either. Neither does the general manager. Neither does the owner. None of them play,
In
but they
most
get rings.
organizations, anyone that worked for the organization that year gets a ring.
Gets a ring. For all the directors of operations, all of them, they get rings.
The custodian, the super, I mean, the security is like if you was a part of the organization
Dude,
during that time frame,
the pros of the players that's watching the uniforms, they probably get
you
rings.
get a ring. He's
Yeah,
like, you was a part of this.
yeah. Come on, man. You can't do that. You can't get a rings just to people who play. That ain't their fault. They ain't play. Some people just got better players than others. Not saying you trash, but you just not as good as the ones that's on the court.
Interesting subject. So, of course, with Dave Dash's contract, there
Mm-hmm.
has been a total of $1.7 billion combined earned in contracts. Nikola Jokic, as we know, 5 years, 270. Bradley Beal, 5 years, 251. John Morant, 5 years, 231. Darius Garland, 5 years, 231. Zion Williamson, 5 years, 231. Zach Levine, 5 years, 215 million. 215. Devin Booker, 4 years, 224. Dame Lillard, of course, we just see the ascension, 2 years, 120 million. All totals out to 1.7 billion, $1,773,000,000 combined. But you know what's the most glaring factor in that, Bishop? Not a
What?
single ring in that group.
Mm. All that money and nobody got a ring.
So money is it fair to say that money doesn't account to rings in some instances,
That's
some
what it
aspects, in
is.
some instances?
It don't. I
Uh,
don't. It don't always account to rings. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Some people say, yeah, they won a championship because they bought their ring because they bought all these players.
mhm.
No, that's not the case all the time. That's not the case all the time. That is crazy, Key. Billions of dollars out there, and ain't nothing no
Billions.
billions, not millions, billions, and
And
don't have.
then, not to mention, that was only what, seven players out of 450 a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It is crazy. That money. We in the wrong profession. We chose the wrong profession.
I've been said that many times, bro.
Road chose the wrong professor. Of course, in more free agents talking, Bishop, let me know. Do you think does this move the needle for this particular team? Dalnalio Gallinari has signed a 2-year, $13 million deal with the Boston Celtics after he was traded to San Antonio and then waived after the Dejounte Murray Atlanta deal. Does this move the needle a little bit for Boston?
For the Celtics, Gallinari.
Yeah, they got Gallinari now. That's probably going to be coming off the bench. You got Malcolm. Damn, I forget his last. Malcolm. Coming off the bench presumably as well. So now you got two pretty good bench players along with the other ones, the Pritchards. Does this move inch Boston? Malcolm Brogdon. I'm sorry, Malcolm Brogdon. Uh,
Brogdon.
does this move Boston a little closer now?
So,
On
excuse me.
paper, that's what we talk about. On paper.
On paper, yeah. So excuse me. I think anything. I think any little um key player brings something to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Is it enough to get them over the edge to get them an NBA final championship or to get them an NBA championship? I don't know. I don't know if Gallinari is that dude along with Brogdon and all them to come off the bench and spark enough to get them that championship. That's yet to be determined, but it's a possibility. Anytime we all know, sometimes it takes one person, two people, or a plethora of people to give a team a spark to get them over the hump.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so we'll see. But that's kind of big right there. How you playing that out and traveling with your family? You got traded later, waived, then signed with. That's a part of the game, Anthony. It's a
You put
lot
just
like
pulled up.
yeah, it's a lot like the
So I'm
military.
very, yeah, I'm very sure he knew ahead of time that he was going to be. He was probably going. They were looking at waiving him. So
Hopefully they had that
yeah,
conversation, right?
yeah. The
Yeah,
conversations probably already had. They already probably knew like we're not going to keep you. Or probably a conversation talk to see if he would reduce or what he was willing to take and pay or whatever case like that. Or they look like we don't necessarily need you. Or you're not going to fit our system. And basically, he was just an expiring contract that they can play that they can pay. And waive him and eat the money that comes with it. So I'm very sure they knew uh, offhand, and that in turn allowed them to go ahead and take a look and see where else where else he can go or who was interested in getting him. In which Boston stepped up. So
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that, all the teams that didn't make it to the finals and those teams that are in wait, all the teams that did make it to the finals, and of course, um, uh, Boston who did and didn't win the finals
Excuse me.
are trying to find ways to you know what I'm saying better their team to get them over the hump. So yeah, you're gonna do whatever you need to do to try and get that edge to compete next season for the finals.
Ron, what's good with you, brother?
Professors and
WGO.
what's good?
Morning, morning.
What's up? What's up?
So we was just having a conversation. If you hadn't heard yet, the Boston Celtics
What is that?
pick up Gallinari, and I was asking Bishop, does that move the needle? Do you think that moves the needle a little bit for them? Now they have Brogdon and secure Brogdon and Gallinari, which can bolster a bench, or send someone else to the bench that can bolster your bench. Where your take is at?
Without a doubt, Celtics
Mm-hmm.
definitely are one of the winners of the offseason. Then Gallinari is a great pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Great pickup. Al Horford insurance is what I'm hearing.
Mm.
Hmm. Got you. I like that.
Yep, be a
Got
good backup for Al. He don't have to play as much. Stay healthy throughout the season.
you. Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a good pickup. Celtics doing incredible things as always. Spending that money.
Mm. Okay. I like it. Okay, question. If you traded to another state, would you bring your family or just get your own place and then travel back home to your family? So that question, Anthony, that's what a lot of players do, whether you believe it or not. A lot of players get because they got millions or billions of dollars or whatever. A lot of players are able to have, houses in both areas. So, some people, depending on how far they are, you know what I'm saying? Because we know, and especially when it comes to the NBA, they play so many games. So to be able to travel back and forth like that, yeah, it may be a bit taxing on individuals. But if I was traded, if I was traded to another state, would you bring it? Well, it depends on when you say family. So when you say family, I'm assuming you're including kids. No, you can't keep moving your kids around like that because they can't get cemented to where they are, and you don't want to disrupt their learning and stuff like that. So no, I'm not. If I'm getting traded a lot, moving around from state to state, city to city, and stuff like that, then no, I'm not moving my kids, man. I'm not moving my family. I'm not. I'm gonna let them stay where they at. You know. Now, if it was just me and my wife, then probably, yeah, I would move them because it wouldn't be anything to just move um my family, my wife and I. But if it's family, I got kids, then nah, I'm letting them stay where they at. I don't know how the professor and Trey feels about that, but that's my take on it.
In my opinion, it's just like you said, the same thing like we were just saying. We think what Gallinari did, or in any case, what players probably do is chill for a second, is like make sure this is what's going on. So that would be more so my take on it. Is like I'm going to wait to see if it's feasible. Of course, you have a conversation with the family and be like, y'all trying to go? Do y'all want to go? Because where you went from Atlanta to presumably San Antonio is like, do y'all want to go to San Antonio? You had a life in Atlanta at this time, or you trying to stay in Atlanta? Or you know what I'm saying? Or you don't know, like I'm going to probably be going to Boston next after because I'm not going to stay in Atlanta. I'm not going to stay with San Antonio. Go to Boston. Do y'all want to go? And go from there. So, like you said, when you got millions and millions of dollars in which you earned for the most part, and hopefully done right by it, you have the opportunity to kind of do that. You know what I'm saying? Make moves back and forth in between during off season breaks and stuff like that. You come up and see me, I come down to see you, or in a case like that, we come in
Right.
town, yeah, stuff like that. So it'll all be a whole conversation to take a look. I don't know what Ron's take on it would have been. Um,
Oh, I'm ready.
you
It,
leaving the
it,
family? You taking
for
the
me,
family or leaving them?
it depends on the location. If I'm
Mm-hmm.
going getting traded to Miami or LA, baby, you just might have to stay where you.
I just do, man.
This guy here, bro. So he said it depend on the location. So if he get traded to the Heat, he's like, hey, babe, stay out there in San Antonio. You good where you at? You ain't got to come out.
And if I get traded to like Minnesota or somewhere where it's horrible at, y'all gotta come. Oh no, y'all
No
miserable.
question. Not be like, no, player. All right, leaving ATL. Remember that. So remember that talk. Keep that same energy. When you was going to
Yeah,
Miami, you wanted me to say, let's keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. What's good, Jay? Good morning, brother. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, a couple of something else that came up yesterday, or was reported yesterday. Your man's John Wall, of course, newly acquired guard for the Los Angeles Clippers. It seems to be relishing in the fact that he does not have to play Batman every night in his new role because, of course, you have Paul George and Kawhi Leonard there in LA as a NBA a person who admires the NBA and loves the NBA. What do you think about that comment, Ron? Or do you think saying that's a good look for a career, or does it give you pause now that we look at John Wall?
John Wall capping. What do you say? You telling me the third best defender got to guard me? We gonna have problems? John Wall, you've been the problem.
Ooh.
Let's come on and play basketball. I don't. It's funny. It's like that's not even how it works. You're gonna be guarded by a guard. They're gonna be guarded by wings, first of all. But okay, John, let's see you make it happen.
And
I
then
can't.
even further, what was interesting to me is the conversation is that he got to be it has to keep that they have to keep basically he has to compete with what's his name or Reggie who's the starter there. They have to compete with him for time, which is interesting enough. In which he said he'll take on any role. Do you actually think that he's saying he's going to take on a role, or what do you think of that? I'll be right back.
I think he will take on the role that he's required, just because of the predicament that he's in. Um, John Wall is not a slouch. Good morning, but he has a lot to prove. But you know, he got a lot of thought behind if the Clippers is going to be able to put it together. Um, he's talking all his cap. Let's just make sure Kawhi and PG stay healthy. That's what we're hoping for. But John Wall, you should be electricity in the system.
What's good?
But
What's
how
good?
about
What's
we
good?
show up?
So Reggie Jackson, that's what it was, Reggie Jackson. So now with that and being said, him doing that is like in which I had to make sure I said it. He's like Batman every night. So I think it's a situation where he doesn't disregard the fact of he may not be the top option at that particular time, but he also thinks I think is also saying, like you were saying, like I'm not finna just take a back seat. And when you look at it, he hasn't played a lot of time during over the course of the last couple of years due to injuries, and he sat out all last year. So uh, it definitely remains to be seen. But that's basically what he's faced with, in which he was having a discussion and saying that I don't have to do it every night, night in, night out. It sounds more like he's getting a little tired or was burnt out a little bit, or he was starting to maybe the pressure was starting to get to him, and now this is the situation that he's in. Uh,
But I missed that. What'd you say about Reggie?
that's who I was saying. Reggie Jackson. That's who he was basically saying. That's who he's saying he has to compete with. In which they talk that he's like, I take on a role. Like, is this
Oh,
does John Wall beat out Reggie Jackson in the
yeah,
saying the
like,
eye test?
can you get out your competition first? Talk about you the third best player on the. You mentioned five already. I don't know if
Yeah.
John Wall is better than Reggie. I don't know if he's better than the dude that I like is Nam, the young guard that they got. He comes in the game and he wants the smoke. I'd be like, oh my gosh, young fella, calm down. But he has some incredible playoff games. But we'll see, John. I think he's 32.
Oh, what we talking about?
Uh,
John Cap.
John Wall 32. Yes.
Oh, what about him though?
He said, I'm the third best player on this team. I can't believe I'm only going to have to worry about the third best defender guarding me. We're going to have problems.
Mhm. When we
Okay,
see
John.
John Wall, yeah, when we see John Wall playing back to what he used to play as.
That's what I said. I'm like, you ain't
Yeah,
even make it there yet. You running
yeah,
your mouth,
yeah.
man.
Stop bumping your gums and play ball.
Thank you. We ain't seen you play in like half
Yeah,
a.
That part.
We went through a whole pandemic since we seen you play basketball, bro.
That part. Humble yourself, guy. Humble yourself.
So, and this isn't a way to get the beloved Laker talk back in, but we do have a situation to where Paul Gasol's number 16 jersey is looking to be retired as early as sometime next year. In your opinion, does Paul Gasol's number 16
Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Rod.
deserve to be retired?
Thank you, Rod.
Oh
Hell
my
no.
God. Trey said
Paul
beloved Lakers talk.
Paul Gasol know good well Paul Gasol ain't did that much, man, to have his number retired, man.
And Lala in the Lakers stadium. Stop.
Yeah.
He brought us 2 championships.
Along with who though?
I
He
mean, of
by
course,
himself.
I duly noted. I get it.
Yeah, no.
He had a choice to give us 3, but we failed to Boston that year.
Yeah, no. I don't think Paul Gasol deserves his number to be retired. Not in my opinion. People don't think about Paul Gasol like that. They do not, man. Stop it, y'all. Stop it, man. I mean, man, shout out to him for
Gotta love the Spaniard. Gotta love the Spaniards.
Yeah, I mean, man, shouts out for for them allowing that. Maybe Jenny Buss, I guess she feel like that's deserving, but nah, not in my opinion. Nah.
So why doesn't he meet your criteria?
Because what did he do, Ron?
Good question, Ron. Thank you.
Ron. What did he do? What really did he do? Like, was he that big of a? Well, I guess he was. I mean, so Trey, are you saying Trey and Ron? Are you saying without Paul Gasol, they would not have won them 2 championships?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know who else they could have replaced him with. That was, I mean, back then you got to think that was when Chris Paul was supposed to be there. Well, it was before Chris Paul was supposed to be there, because they traded him after they tried to trade him after that, and then he basically descended, and then we didn't get another. We went into the dark years until we got LeBron back.
That is a good question though, because the Lakers, we forget how stacked they were. We talking Ron Artest, Lamar,
all of it.
Eric, like they had a bunch of. That's why them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you pick Paul Gasol out of that squad, man?
So okay, think about it like this. All right, let's do it like this for the sake of the conversation. Who, in which Ron just named, because he named a couple of people, who there do out of the people in which he's just saying, who would you look at retiring prior to them? Derek Fisher? Would you say Derek Fisher is more of a polarizing individual than which Paul Gasol was in bringing them championships? Who else did he say? Ron Artest or Meta World Peace?
No, bro.
Lamar Odom?
No. You know what? Now Lamar Odom, I might put him over Paul Gasol.
Nah, I think
might. I said might. Not guaranteed, might. But for the most part, bro,
my thought process would be more of looking deeper into the past and looking at other players that have played for the Laker organization and thinking, is there any one of them that are worthy of that part first? And I don't think there is.
I agree with that all day. I feel like, because I don't know, I'm not too sure, but let's just go to like Trey like to always bring up the Lakers. Let's go to the Jordan era or the Chicago Bulls. It's Scottie Pippins, Dennis Rodman's. We already know Michael Jordan's is. It's Scottie Pippins and Dennis Rodman's, or even Tony Kukoc. Is Tony Kukoc's numbers retired?
Tony's better not be. The other two.
Is Rodman's retired in Chicago?
Matter of fact, that's a good point. Rodman isn't even retired in LA.
Is Scottie Pippins retired in Chicago?
It better be.
You would think, but I'm about to look and see. So, and if not, there's no way Paul Gasol should have his retired in LA. There's no way, because he has not contributed in no way, form, or fashion like them guys have.
Oh my gosh, Bishop! The disrespect for Paul.
He has it.
It is. He won 2 of 3 championships. Like, that's He
Okay.
His defense is the underrated part. He was battling with KG, going at it head to head with him at
he
the
did
top
run
of
into
the game.
he did run into a buzzsaw against Blake Griffin because he did him dirty a couple times. But besides that, yes, like
When I first started loving Paul when I would watch USA. So this is 2008. The Spain team, they was a problem. The Gasol brothers. It was like that's why we had to put together the Redeem team in '08 because there was no way we was gonna be able to handle Spain. They had some ballers playing
Hernandez,
ball.
Nocioni, like yeah, they had a squad over in Barcelona around that time frame.
So
So
there's
not only did he have a Hall of Fame career in LA, he had one as in Spain.
there's only 4 numbers that have been retired in Chicago Bulls history.
Wow.
4 numbers. Scottie Pippen joined Scottie Pippen's 33 joined Michael Jordan's 23, Bob Love's number 10, and Jerry Sloan's number 4 as the only numbers retired by the Bulls.
Who in the world is Bob Love?
That part. Like that part. I only like that part. We know who Jerry Sloan is, but Bob Love, like I ain't never heard of this dude.
They should retire Rodman jersey, but I know why they didn't because he's crazy. But
yeah, they should retire Rodman's jersey. I totally agree. Totally agree. His jersey should have been retired. Should be his number. But yeah, that's the only 4 in Bulls history. So,
but the fact that Paul's jersey isn't retired already kind of lets us know that it's not going to be, which is wild.
I think it'd be retired within the next 3 or 4 years.
You think so? I don't know, bro. That's hard, bro. Because I'm like, who said that? Was that you, Trey, or was that Ron that said there's so many other Lakers that probably could retire their number before him?
What's the first one?
Gee, let's see. So
there's nobody from those teams.
Huh?
I said there's nobody from the past 15 years that needs to be retired before him.
So you wouldn't give it to hold on, is Worthy's number
right?
James
that's where we can start.
I know that's more than 15 years, but yeah, James
he's retired. He's retired.
His number's retired. Okay.
Nick Van Exel.
Nick the Quick,
yeah. Who else?
They didn't. The Lakers was down in the 90s. They ain't had nobody.
Well, they was for at that time frame. Remember, Ron, the Lakers was the old team,
right?
In the 90s. They you know what I'm saying, in the 90s, especially in the like.
I do realize I am sitting here, right? I just want to make sure y'all realize I'm sitting here.
Are we not speaking truth though? The Lakers was like one of the oldest teams that was still playing at that time. In the early 90s, Lakers was one of the oldest teams in the league at one point. So you know what I'm saying? So, when they got Kobe, the Shaq, and all of that, that's when they started getting the young guns.
So would y'all say would it be a fair assumption to say that players that move on to another organization that they should be retired for all their attributes within the organization or for just what they did in that organization? Let's say Karl Malone or Gary Payton. Should their numbers be retired with the Lakers due to the fact of what they did from a whole aspect or just what they did with the team?
If they would have won that chip in 2004, I would say absolutely.
Yeah, because they had the chance. They had the squad when it was Gary and Carl. They had the squad.
Yeah, it's about legacy, honestly.
That part.
The legacy of them coming to LA is the champion stopped when y'all showed up. And you would think I would be pissed. Like I'm bringing Karl Malone and Gary Payton. Yeah. I'm like, y'all veterans. Y'all should help this relationship between Kobe and Shaq. Why did things get worse with y'all around?
Right. Y'all had an all-star team, bro. A straight all-star team, and y'all couldn't win the ship.
A Hall of Fame team.
That part. Y'all couldn't win the ship.
Minus Devin George.
Oh yeah, I forgot about George. Yeah, he was the what is this what was it, the Christian Laettner of the Olympic team? Was it Christian Laettner? That year that Christian wasn't that the year Christian Laettner went with the
the Christian Laettner. It was Christian Laker. Everyone wondered why it wasn't Shaq and why it was Christian.
Yeah, Christian. Yeah, that part. Yeah, Ray Allen number isn't retired. Is it not? Really? Ray Allen's number?
Bro, nobody can. Well, the Miami Heat should retire his.
I was about to say, should he be retired in Boston and Miami?
Yeah,
or even in Milwaukee as well?
Not Milwaukee, bro. Even though
Seattle,
not Milwaukee, or not Milwaukee or Seattle, but definitely Miami and in Boston. I think his number should be.
I don't think Boston.
Boston?
Not because he didn't show up, but because he became hated. They all hate him.
Oh,
that if we bring up that part, that's kind of like it would like keep the hate alive. But like 20 years down the line, like we got to forgive each other eventually. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce all come together in like they late 60s. Like we finally gonna retire it, Ray, but not right now. All that hate. Y'all think they should still be mad at each other?
No, hell no. It's time to let that go, bro.
They couldn't even be around each other at the 75 ceremony.
Yeah.
That clearly reminds me of if you ain't, because Ron and Bishop ain't messing with Anthony Price, I'm not messing with Anthony Price. That's exactly what that sounds like.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's on. No, Carmelo's number is definitely not retired. Yeah, Carmelo's number is definitely not. It's a lot of people's number who's in. And let me ask y'all this, Trey, and anybody else that's watching and listening. To have your number retired, is that a? How do I want to say this? Is that something you should look forward to? Do you expect that as a great or as a Hall of Famer for your number to be retired? Are you looking at Ron, Professor, and Trey? Are you looking? You're a Hall of Famer. You're an NBA champion. Do you expect your number to be retired for whatever team in which you played for? Lakers, Trey, Sixers, Ron.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a situation where you look up and your name lives in lore at that point. Anytime I walk into the gym, you look up in the rafters and there's my name.
It also depends on the location of which team you're playing for. Like, of course, if you're going to the Lakers or the Celtics, you're gonna have to do something extraordinary to be retired here. But if I'm like going to Portland Trail Blazers,
you even set the standard, or you lived up to the standard,
right? Like Bradley Beal, should his number be retired in Washington despite one playoff run?
Good point. Dame Lillard, should his number be retired in Portland?
No, because if you go by what Ron just said, Portland has so many other players compared to the Washington Wizards. What were they? Oh, they was the Bullets first. That's right. They was the Bullets before they were the Wizards. Yeah, those are good questions. Yeah, those are good questions. It does. I do feel like it determines what team in which we're talking about. Yeah, that's a good question, man.
So, moving on a little into the reference and talk to this summer league. A couple of hard-fought games, in which one particular game brought up a conversation. So, in the Lakers versus Memphis game, they had to go to double overtime. Lately, it's the latest, in which the double overtime was determined by a sudden death, which meant the first score in the second overtime wins the game. Do you think that should be brought to the actual regular season, and what would that look like?
Ooh, the first score. Is it a jump ball?
First, this is a jump ball at the beginning of the quarter. At the beginning of the second overtime, it's a jump ball.
Nah, I personally wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that. No, I play the extra minutes, and whoever's out on top is who wins at the
play it out. Yeah, play out the 5 minutes.
Yeah, somebody could throw up some nonsense and then go in and you'd be like, really? Really? Yeah, nah. Play it out, in my opinion. I don't know about Ron, but in my opinion, play it out.
You playing it out, Ron, or you like the excitement of winning the tip and playing offense and defense?
I agree. Bishop, just play the 5 minutes out.
I agree. Yeah, it's too much. That's definitely a too much at stake.
Too
Like,
much of a chance. Yeah, that's a chance. Like, man. And then when you got a team like when you got somebody like Steph, catch the tip and shoot it from half court, it's over. Like it's over. The game is over.
everyone just
Yeah, the game is over. It's done. Ain't nothing you can do about it. It's over. Yeah, play it out, man. Play it out. In my opinion, play it out. I wonder why they did that. Whose idea was that? That's crazy. That's a crazy idea. I don't know who thought of that dumb idea. Yeah, that's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb in my opinion. I don't like that one at all.
I think it was to build excitement.
It's to build excitement.
Yeah, I think it was meant to build
Yeah,
excitement, especially in that second overtime
I could
period.
I could see that. I could see that it had people on the edge of their seats and looking and like in awe and waiting to see who gonna make the next score. I mean, it could build up a lot of anticipation and people. Ooh, I could see that.
In which that's what happened. Basically, the Lakers lost by a corner three in that second overtime period. It basically put the game away. So yeah, so I guess it did exactly what it did. With going 2 games into the summer league season, as it's
But I
called,
will
it
say,
should
hold
be.
on, Trey, real quick. I will say though, Shaq's son and Pippin's son look good together out there. They look good out there together. Them boys balling together.
So
They
this
look
is,
good
you know
together.
what, I hear you, Bishop, but the Lakers, like I said, can go find talent. It's just keeping the talent that we have a problem with.
That's the problem.
Can't keep the talent. All that talent that we over the years in which we've called, saying brung in and look where and then they go somewhere else and it's like, wait, who are you?
Right.
So, but saying, yeah, that looks good. And then even Matt McClung, they had Matt McClung, and then next Blink and Matt McClung is now he's with Golden State and balling.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but like I said, with the NBA Summer League or NBA 2K23 2022 Summer League, 2 games in, 2 games to go still. In which currently, if we was to start right now, Orlando will be taking on the New York Knicks as for the championship game. I don't know. I haven't seen much of the New York Knicks playing, but Orlando. What do you think about Paolo Panchero and Orlando as tonight, number 1 versus number 2, OKC against Memphis Summer League teams as they do battle. 2-part. What you're saying? What do you think about Panchero and who you got tonight? Chet or Panchero?
I'm gonna have to roll with Chet, man, because the way Chet's been playing, man, he's this dude right here, man. I like how he's playing ball. I'm gonna have to go with Chet, in my opinion. I think Chet's gonna come out and do some damage tonight. Is that being aired? Can you watch it? You muted, Trey. Is that being aired?
Yes, it is being aired. That game definitely is being aired. I forgot what time it is. It'll be aired, but it is on tonight. Let me see if I can pull it up. What time that game will be? And where it would be at was tonight's Tuesday, Monday night.
Monday.
Uh,
Yeah, that Chet dude, Chet Holmgren, bro. That boy there.
it's 8 o'clock tonight.
Our time or what time? Eastern Standard.
Central Standard Time.
Okay. Yeah, I might check that game out to see what
I'm
Chet.
with
What's that, Ron?
I said I'm with Paulo.
Paul.
He's ready. Like he already has an NBA body.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hearing like how big he is on the court. And then he's so smooth and quick and fast. Like he may be young, but he's ready.
I don't think.
He's NBA ready now. You saying
Yeah,
Too soon, Ron. Too soon, Ron. Too soon.
right. He's 260.
No, I said too soon. Too soon with the
Oh,
he may be run. He's ready line. That's too soon. Too soon.
it's too soon?
but it was.
Too soon.
I think Orlando. I want to say made the right choice. I don't know.
Say I want to say. He said I want to say that, man. Right? I want to say.
Paolo to be the best player on the court today.
It's gonna be a battle. I do. I will say that you're right. Chet needs to put on some weight. He need to bulk up for sure. And if he can bulk up, he's gonna be problems. As long as he don't lose nothing athleticism.
Ball on Paolo, I'm gonna be completely flipped. I'm gonna be reversed. Don't let it happen, Paolo. This is I love playing them three. We're gonna be talking about them three for a while. So this is an important game. This is crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's a big game for tonight. A lot of the coaches going to be, both coaches, I'm sure, going to be in the building. Definitely paying attention to this game. It's going to be a huge one.
Okay. Well, let's shift it a little bit. Going to our beloved NFL, as y'all know, we coming up on the season where we're at in the middle of July now. We about a month, a little 45 days, a little less than, definitely less than 60 days away from the NFL season starting back up again, ready to go. So a couple of things that came out. Interestingly enough, I guess Deshaun Watson has stated that I guess they tried to give him, of course they tried to give him the indefinite. We know that. They tried to give him an indefinite suspension with a minimum of 12 games. So I ask you this, Bishop, Ron, would you have to, of course we know why he's doing that because they're trying to protect against if more stuff is coming up. So if Deshaun relented to take that deal, do you think it's because does he know if something else is potentially going to come up, or does he just feel like, nah, I'm not going to sit out 12 games and I'm ready to go now, so I take my chances?
Great question.
And are you taking the 12 game? The indefinite with a minimum of 12 games, or are you going to continue to fight?
You ain't got no choice but to fight, to be honest. You ain't got no choice. It's your future. You ain't got no choice but to fight it. There's no if. If they give you that, you have no choice but to fight it. With that contract you just got, how would you not fight it?
And so I was about to say, I think I would take the 12 games, but I have to keep in mind it's indefinite with a minimum of 12 games.
Right. So that's why
that's no different than the suspended bus 14-14 or 45-45, but the suspended bus is like, man, I'm a habitual line stepper. I'm not going to take this.
I'd say he fight it. You got to, in my opinion, you definitely fight it.
I agree now that I look at it, because at first I was like, man, 12 games, I'm going to take that. But it's like when you look at indefinite with a minimum of 12 games, that's different.
Yeah, that's a total. That indefinite means a whole lot more. Yeah, I'm definitely fighting that, man. I'm definitely fighting that. Yep.
Of course, additionally, interestingly enough, Roger Goodell went forth and said, well, first I ask you this, Bishop, Ron, do y'all have the NBA, the NFL ticket, or do you partake in the ticket? Do you watch the ticket?
I don't have the ticket. I hate the NFL Red Zone. I think that's the dumbest thing they ever could have came up with.
We are so opposite there. That's all I watch is the Red Zone.
What?
So I don't even watch anything. That's all I watch is Red Zone.
You know what? Let me recant that. So the NFL Red Zone is good for fantasy. It is good for fantasy. That's what that's good for. Other than that, if you're not in fantasy, I hate NFL Red Zone.
I don't even pay attention to it for fantasy. It's just
for fantasy. I love it for fantasy because you get to see exactly where your players are, and if your players about to put points up on the board for you during fantasy football season.
So
if your team,
I still don't get it, because the Red Zone's main objective is to show us every touchdown on Sunday.
Yeah,
and
but
the biggest thing is if you're watching your team and they're like on the 20th game is dry, the Red Zone you can pop on, it's going to show you a team that's hot and in the Red Zone.
I hear what you're saying, Ron, but see, this is me, right? I don't know how y'all are. But for me, if I'm watching the Eagles game, I don't want.
I'm,
I'm watching the game.
I'm
That's
telling you.
Watching the game. I don't want to. I don't want you to.
Are you like that when Eagles aren't playing? If you're just watching a big game or something, you ain't watching nothing else. You ain't flipping the channel.
I'm telling
No,
you,
no,
man.
for
Just
me,
wait.
so for
We
me,
gotta watch a game. We gotta watch a game together, man. This
so for
dude
me,
win these games,
and
bro.
so for
Oh
me,
my god.
Trey,
so,
we gonna be watching the game together where it's gonna be a hot game on. Bishop will be like, no, we keeping this game on.
no. So for
Nigga,
me,
it's one game. Make your
no,
mind up.
no, for me, right. So for me, right. When I told my wife, like when we
He like, come on, man.
we
Go
got
ahead. I'm listening.
when we got together and we was like when the Eagles aren't on that, and some people do, and I watch them when they're commercials. I get it. When I do, I go back and forth on the red zone. But for me, I told my wife, I said, man, I said, look, y'all, you know how much I love football. So when we built our house, I had TVs and I had a projector. Eagles game is in the projector, or the Sooners game is on the projector, and then the other 3 TVs are on all different games. So
So
I walk around the house to watch other games. So yeah, that's what I do.
And he yelling all throughout the house.
That part. My wife will leave the house when it comes to football season. She know. Oh, she's out the house. She gone. She leaving because I'm. What the are you doing, dude? Why, like,
I
bro?
told you, come on, man. Why you
gotta
trash?
you
Man,
are
go ahead, turn on the. This why we should watch the red zone. Cause y'all trash and I don't need to see this. Like, oh man, we need to watch the game together.
Bro, it's bad, bro. It's bad. I ain't gonna lie, because when it come to my team, man, I be like, what are you doing? So I mean, but for fantasy, red zone is perfect for me because I like to see what my players are about to do. But then sometimes, but see the thing with red zone, right? The NFL red zone, like you say, it shows you every team when it goes to that game when every team is in the red zone. But see, when I'm watching the Eagles, I may have missed a huge play that might not have been in the red zone.
I knew the standard was gonna pop up. I was thinking about the West Wing. Go ahead, Miss. I'm sorry.
The huge play that may have happened on the Eagles game because I'm watching a red zone play that they ain't even scored yet. It's on 3rd down and they've been in the red zone for 4 downs and they ain't scored yet. But I'm missing a huge play, a big catch on the Eagles game because I'm watching a red zone play. That right there, I don't like that. That's why I don't like stuff like that. I want to yell because something happened or something didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do.
I don't know what you're saying.
I
never in my life.
You know what? I
don't like red zone.
He's a get off my front yard person in the group right now, Ron. Like, get off my grass. That's who he is right now. Like, turn on my TV.
Taylor made, stop it, man. TV, he got that system where the TVs come on as he
walk through the house.
Stop it, bro. I do have all my TVs on different games.
You got motion sensors on your television, Bishop?
No, I do not. I have my games on. I walk throughout the house. I have the TV downstairs. I watched that. I had that one on the game. Had the 2 in the loft. Have those on 2 different games, and then I had a projector that has that TV on the. I had that on the game, so I catch every game I want to catch. Stanley from Friday, really, Key? That's what Stanley from Friday.
But the reason, the reason I asked is because basically the NFL is suspecting the Sunday ticket to go to a streaming service. So
I thought it was
probably it's on DirecTV currently. So they expect it to even go to a streaming service like Prime, Apple TV, or something like that, or even sell it to or ESPN to get the rights for it.
Do y'all not like NFL Sunday Ticket? Y'all don't
I watch it. I love it.
Yeah, I like NFL Sunday Ticket. Now I love NFL.
Well, that's what the red zone comes with it too. So that's why I like it. I don't particularly look at the regular games. I look at the red zone all day. I walk through a house looking at red zone.
Y'all not true football fans, man. Y'all just watch it.
We just evolved, man.
No, y'all not. Who watches just red zone games, man? Who does that? Who doesn't watch a full game, man? That's like watching the Super Bowl and waiting for him to. That's why watching the Super Bowl.
I'm not saying I won't watch a full game. I'm not saying I won't.
Everybody come to the TV. They in the red zone. They're in the red zone.
Let's keep it. let's keep it 100. A lot of people only watch Super Bowl for the commercials. Let's keep it 100.
Depending on the teams, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's them do be the best commercials in the halftime show. Because we might see a titty or nipple.
I guess we have the right person here for this particular next topic or question. Los Angeles Rams quarterback Stafford believes the team. Yeah, Matthew. I was about to say Sam Darnold. Believes Matthew Stafford believes the Los Angeles Rams will be better than last year.
I said that too.
Being that's your team, unfortunately, do you believe is Stafford capping? Is he just saying that because that sounds like the good thing to say for the starting quarterback of the organization, or does he believe that? Do you believe that? Bishop seems to believe that. I don't believe it, but is that where we're at?
What is
it honestly comes down to Matthew. We know the defense have improved. We got Wagner, which is the arguably best linebacker in the NFL right now. And what the Rams was to run the ball. So that's something we sold up. Is Ramsey still going to be elite? Is he taking a step back, or is he going to keep bringing it?
Because he was toasty.
The Super Bowl, we all know.
Toasty. He
got
toasty.
If I had one look, we would have won the bowl.
He was playing against a top 5 wide receiver. What's his name? I always forget his name because I hate him.
Jamar Chase.
He was playing against Jamar. Like, come on. Can you cut him some slack? I don't think anybody else is playing it.
Why? Why does he get slack?
A question.
Why does he get slack? Because he was guarding Jamar Chase. Why does he get slack for that?
Because I'm saying in practice, I'm sure he guards the triple round winner.
Yeah, I'm sure he was guarding Cup. Like, what's the difference?
Or was he guarding Cup?
Yeah, or was he guarding
Cup? Was he not guarding Cup? Was that what's coming out? Was he not guarding Cup?
Was he guarding Odell Beckham? Like, which one was he guarding?
Or was he asking for Van? Was he asking for Van Jefferson? So I want to make you better. I got you.
Yeah, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to use all my shit up on you. I want to save it for the Super Bowl. I want to save it for the Super Bowl.
Wow.
And so what is really going on with Jalen?
Yeah, shade to the Super Bowl.
I'm happy for him, man. You know me, Ron. I'm happy for him. Trey, he mad about that interception, so you know.
I'm cool because he belongs to y'all now.
Oh, he gonna make that interception now. I'm cool.
Nah, he gonna drop it. He gonna bat it down and he gonna look like J.R. Smith when he didn't lay the ball back up in that.
He's gonna get that interception now. They're gonna reflect back to Nick. They're gonna reflect back to this year when he dropped it. When he catch one, a crucial one for us, they're gonna reflect back to the one he dropped in the game against the Rams.
But what I don't know about the Rams is Von Miller's absence going to affect the defense. Was he needed? He had some big plays, but I don't know.
Don't you think you get that in return with Bobby?
Nah, linebacker and edge.
Right. He's not really going to be blitzing like that. I wouldn't hope. I want to, hold down the center of the field. He's going to be leading.
Because there's no reason, like you said, there's no reason for him to be coming through the line in the middle of the field because you got Aaron Donald doing that. So, like you said, it's going to be unfortunate. He's going to be there locked down. But again, that's a good point. Who do they have coming off the edge now? Is that going to be, or is that going to force pressure? To where it's like where it forces, like you said, force everything to the middle. And of course, with Aaron Donald being there, it's like he's not too much is going to the middle. It's like where do you force it to? Because their box is pretty stacked now.
Bishop, that question is for you.
What?
Is Cup faster than Chase?
Oh hell no!
Like Anthony saying, it is harder to guard Chase. Yeah, I can see how easy to guard Cup.
But Cup is a precise route runner, so I guess you got to pick your poison.
So who would be harder to guard, Ron? Cup
in
or
practice?
In practice, Cup or OBJ? Cup or OBJ.
Route running or speed?
Yeah,
I would rather guard the route runner Because if you fast, I'm gonna get tired of running all these deep routes, man. Cup gonna do a 5 and out, and then you get to tackle him easy.
Yeah.
But
So he put you in the blender.
That part.
Matthew Stafford going to be able to repeat this with Cup and not triple crown, but is it going to be at least a 1,100 yard season?
So,
10 touchdown.
So Ron, I hear what you're saying about Matthew Stafford, but can we do, or have you forgotten? Matthew Stafford had one of the best receivers out there in Megatron, and he was able to kind of keep it consistent.
Right.
So
and that's what the conversation is. That he's got a year now. He has a whole year of off season
with Cup,
and that's why he's saying they're going to be better because he has a year. Right. He has a year in his belt, so that's where they're at. So I can see when Ron said that Stafford, I was like, oh snap, yeah, he's probably got it on the nail.
That's why I said, I think they will, because I feel like Matthew Stafford, even though Cup is not a Megatron, but still he's a primary receiver. I feel like he's going to gel with Cup, and they're gonna figure it out, and that's gonna make him even better. Like you said, Trey, they got a full season now together. A full season, they're gonna be a problem.
That also benefits the other team, though.
Oh, really?
Season
now you got game tape.
Oh, that part, yeah, that part. I agree. Yeah, that could be all, and that's always an Achilles heel for a lot of teams like that, because now you
do the Rams have a hangover, Ron?
That comes down to Aaron Donald. He got money. He's sitting good. He's happy. He got his ring. Is he gonna come back hungry? That's my biggest question for the Rams. Because I was mad he was doing all the holdout stuff. I'm like,
all right, he was talking about retirement, like he's not coming back. Yeah,
greatest football player ever, position wise. Like,
that's right. And they got Allen Robinson. That's right. They do got Allen Robinson too. That's okay. This you got to keep in mind. This is the first time Matthew Stafford has had 3 weapons like that, and I say 3 because OBJ is still with them currently. But if OBJ does return to the Rams, bro, Matthew Stafford has one of the biggest tandem of receivers.
They got to score. Well, actually, they're big. The who they say has the best wide receiver core currently is Cincinnati. But I will say that it seems like the Rams on paper, like everything's on paper.
In the top 5 at least.
They're not even in the top 5. Oh yes, they are. Yes, they are.
There's no way they're not in the top
5. But Odell Beckham isn't on that list.
And that's only because OBJ. Yeah, we don't know what
he's a free agent. Right, but yeah, he's definitely, like you said, they are in the top 5. But it's definitely one of those things where I hate to say it, but on paper right now, because everything is on paper, and like I said, conversation, the Rams look hella fine, man.
They do. It's about to be a problem. But I agree with Ron.
I hope Buffalo take care of the business game.
Our coach just got married. McVay's been doing
McVay got married?
Yeah.
Yep, he's been doing some major celebrating. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know. I heard the 49ers going to get 14 wins this year, so they ain't winning the division, Bishop.
The Rams, man, they could. I don't know. They could be preseason favorites, bro. Preseason.
The wild part is that they play in the NFC.
That part.
Like, what team? Like, the Eagles, honestly, is I think that the Buccaneers is. I don't see it. What team is in the NFC? Or he said the 49ers.
I wasn't gonna say it out loud, but
I'm gonna say it out loud, but it's true.
Packers fell off. Cowboys fell off.
Yeah,
it's gonna be smooth sailing.
Yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible.
Stop that blasphemy. It is not. Okay. It is possible. Stranger things.
It's possible, bro. Why is it not possible? It's definitely possible.
So to you, Bishop, I ask you this. Larry Fitzgerald has gave a vote of confidence to your man, Kyler Murray.
Let's go.
Saying that he believes that Kyler Murray can keep the ship upright while DeAndre Hopkins is suspended.
Let's
Is
go.
that cap?
I think what he's saying in a subliminal message is that, hey, hop out, throw me the ball.
He's not even playing, but he's not playing anymore.
Did he? Oh, he retired.
He's retired. He's retired. He's not. He's retired, or he's so.
I didn't hear that he retired.
Anthony said that's big cap. He basically believes that he can keep the ship afloat while he's gone. Because you got to think Hollywood Brown is there.
Yeah, I know Hollywood's there too.
Your man, your man? Ertz is there.
When did Fitz retire?
I don't think he's made official yet, but he's retired.
I was going to say I didn't hear that. Okay. But yeah, Hollywood Brown is there, like you say. Ertz is there. Yeah, I feel like Kyler, if he don't hold out and try not to play, I feel like he's gonna come out and have a good season this season, man. And until Hop come out, because how long is Hop suspended for?
6 games.
6 games, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Golly.
That is great news. I hope we got them early in the year.
This dude here, man.
And of course, additionally, in the 49ers realm, the GOAT, I don't even have to say his name, the GOAT, speaks up and casts a vote for Trey Lance, stating that he believes that he is the 49ers' future. He's not a fan of the quarterback carousel. And with that, in Jimmy G and Trey Lance, they drafted Trey Lance for a reason, and now it's the time for him to go ahead, as he's ran routes for Trey Lance, and he said it was a quick. They were able to adjust and develop a chemistry quickly. So he has that attribute about himself. So he says Trey Lance should be the dude. Y'all not gonna act like the 49ers is like, you know what?
I know you ain't expect no comment out of me.
Black all y'all. That's what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? It's like Ron's looking out the windows and look at like he's picking posies. Bishop is not even paying attention to what I'm looking at it, but you know what I'm saying? Because I have to look at the screen. I look up and it's like cricket. Like, you know what?
Bro, you didn't expect me around
all my life.
Bro,
all my life.
You did not expect me around to say nothing about that, bro.
Even Ant in the comment we talking about practice. Like, see, that's, you know what? Don't worry. Just wait. Just y'all wait. I'm back on it. 14-3, Ron. You're right. 14-3. That's exactly what it is. God dang it.
Oh my.
Oh, this dude here, bro. Oh,
completely silent. Yeah.
It's going to be a time where y'all going to want to talk San Francisco. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to sit up and just mute myself and let y'all sit up and talk. And y'all ask me questions or act like I ain't hear you, because 14-3 is what it is. Anyway, Robbie Anderson gives his comments on why he had the no comment. So he basically stated that his no comment was in defense of his quarterback, Sam Darnold. When he talked about bringing Baker Mayfield and trading for Baker Mayfield, he basically said that Sam Darnold was his quarterback. He feels that Sam Darnold was underdeveloped in New York, where they both played at, and that he really didn't have an opportunity to develop, and he shouldn't have been playing when he did. But he has a better chance, and that was the main reason. He's like, it wasn't anything against Baker; it was just that he's defending his quarterback, Sam Darnold. Gentlemen, do you agree with this comment, or do you think it was shade?
It don't matter. Sam Darnold gonna lose the job anyway. He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose the job, bro. I don't know why y'all don't believe that. He's gonna lose.
Yeah, complete agreement.
Why is he gonna lose the job, Bishop? Tell me that. I want to hear your reason why he's gonna lose the job.
About this, bro.
I want you to just say it. Just say it, Bishop.
Last week, he's
better, Bishop.
Better than Sam Darnold. Baker Mayfield.
Why is he better than Sam Darnold, Bishop?
Because he's a boom. Soon. That's why. Let's go.
Disrespect.
Sam Darnold come from the Pac-12, man. Come on, man.
Down, Big 10.
Now Big Ten. You don't worry about that. He gonna understand a little bit.
Yeah,
Ron, me and you gonna be the only ones having conversations on this panel when it comes to NFC in NCAA football. Ron,
we
in 2 years,
SEC.
we're gonna be the only ones having conversation.
No, we SEC. We gonna be SEC. We gonna be
We
in
ain't
the
gonna
world.
even hear Boomer sooner because they just gonna be beginning to rump started all over the damn gridiron while me and you were having conversations because we're going back and forth because we wonder if Michigan and USC is going to be in the Big Ten championship while he's up and talking about
We know
why
we
they're
ain't
the eighth seeded team in the SEC.
Dang.
We're not. That's not gonna happen, man. That is not going to happen, bro. You know better than that. Don't beat it. Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself, bro. But did y'all see this, man? I got this for y'all. So in the NFL, the top 10 quarterbacks that they have listed in the NFL as of yesterday are scrolling down at the bottom with the big surprise that I know Trey, as well as Ron, the professor, probably haven't noticed that there's a big name that is not in this top 10 list.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Do
no
you see
Jamal.
No, Jamar
Jackson.
Jackson.
Oh, Lamar.
Lamar. Yeah,
Lamar.
sorry, Lamar. No Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't think of his name. I'm saying Jamar is Lamar Jackson. Yeah, there's no Lamar Jackson. He went from being number 8 from last year's list to number 11 on this year's list. Do y'all agree with the list?
Come in.
Do y'all agree with this? Number 10 is Dak Prescott. Number 9 is Deshaun Watson. 8 is Russell Williams. Justin Herbert at number 7. Matthew Stafford at number 6.
Throw it away.
Joe Burrow at number 5. The GOAT at number 4. Josh Allen at number 3. Patrick Mahomes at number 2. And the great Aaron, he's a bad man, Rodgers at number 1.
Where was Matthew Stafford at?
Number 6.
Okay.
That's your boy.
What was interesting, it was the conversation y'all have been having is why is DeMar on this list?
Why is Jamar not on this list?
Well, why is Deshaun on this list?
So Deshaun wasn't on the list last year because of what was going on. So he was not currently on the list. How is Deshaun on the list at number 10? It is a good question, guys. How does he make the top 10 list? How does he bust the top 10 without having played one game within the last season?
This list is disrespectful. Whose list is this?
What's that dude name?
It's the NFL's list from the NFL
Yeah.
Insiders.
Yeah, that list.
ESPN's list from NFL Insiders. I'm sorry.
That part. That.
They must be in the wrong inside. I don't know what's going on.
So y'all taking Ron, Trey, who are y'all taking on off this list outside of Deshaun Watson? And if you taking them off, who are you replacing them with?
I'm happy you said Trey because I'm just like
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is not a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson right now. There's just
how can you say that? How can you say that, Ron, when they made it deeper into the playoffs than the Baltimore Ravens? How can you say that?
So you don't think it's feasible, Bishop, to remove Tom and insert Lamar where he probably should be at?
So if you put Tom in,
I'm not saying he should be number 4, but I'm saying he should be in the list and Tom shouldn't be on there.
So you're saying remove Tom completely off the list, not move him down, but completely off the list.
I would say start with removing them and then go playing off like that. So you remove them, you might get a situation where you might add Deshaun back in, or you might add Tom back in, and like Keith just said, remove Dak. I mean, remove Dak. Like she just said,
Dak is 10.
Carr's not even on there.
Top 10.
Carr's not there.
Can I get 9 and 7 again?
9 and 7 is Deshaun, and 7 is Justin Herbert.
No, I thought Deshaun was 10.
No,
Dak is 10.
Dak is 10.
Who's 8?
8 is Russell Wilson.
He need to go too.
Okay, well, hold on now. Y'all pretty much taking away the whole damn list.
Yeah, I said that. Throw it away. I'm like 8, 9, and 10 can go. Tom Brady can go.
Ooh, good Lord. So okay, hold on, bro.
What four
Hold on, bro.
quarterbacks are
That's
you
four
replacing
people.
him with?
Yeah, that's four
Keith
quarterbacks you
wants
taking off the
to talk
list.
about Derek Carr.
Okay, that's one. Who else you putting on there?
Incredible leader.
Lamar.
He had a
Putting on-
phenomenal. He had to be
I
everything
get it. I like
like
Derek. I
on
like
top
Derek.
of the playoffs. Like
Okay, I give you that. I give you Derek. I give you
Adams,
Derek.
problem this year.
I give you Derek Carr and Lamar Jackson. Who's your other two though? You took four people off. Replace the other two. Who's
Trey
the other?
got him. Trey Lance.
Tua.
Man, stop it, bro. Did you say Tua, bro? If you don't quit, boy, if you don't quit, man. If that's the case, then number 4 is definitely Hurts.
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is better than just about everybody on that list.
I like that.
I'm taking Kyler Murray over Dak Prescott. I'm taking Kyler Murray over.
You taking Kyler Murray over Russell?
Yes, without a doubt.
And Justin?
No, I would. Justin can argue for the best quarterback. He's a problem. He's a problem.
Yeah, he definitely. If anyone deserves to be on the list, he does.
And Aaron Rodgers isn't the best quarterback in the NFL.
Ooh.
Let's be real. We
argue that, huh? Let's
argue
you know
that. What? If you keep this list, Bishop, on hand, and midway through the season, and we take a look at it, I think we're going to have a lot of some of those quarterbacks are not going to be on that list.
Yeah, let's revisit it mid-season. Let's do that. Let's see.
Because my biggest thing is the Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and Tom Brady in the top 5 is very interesting to me.
Oh, you
and
don't agree? So you don't agree with you don't even agree, Troy, with the top 5 then?
Nah.
Not one. So Burrow, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Aaron Rodgers should not be the top 5.
I could honestly tell you the only person I agree with in the top 5 is Josh Allen. Currently. And that could be suspect because again, what receiving core does is I see everyone talk about they have a great squad. I understand it, but I'm just wondering. Like, yes, we talk about Gabriel, but Gabriel has been. Now we know Gabriel can do what he can do. So now we have a conversation where he's going to be looked at. Like he's not going to sleep. He's not going to creep up on team. It's like he did in the champion in that game. Now because now they're checking for him. But then, like I say, Aaron Rodgers without his top receiver. I know they talk about there's a receiver out there that he's been working with that's getting better. Mahomes without his top receiver, basically remains to be seen. Who else as it comes back around? We talk about Matthew Stafford, so that's Joe Burrow.
You just talked about
actually, Joe Burrow might be cool. Joe Burrow might be cool.
So
receiving core.
So why don't we ever say Matthew Stafford is the best quarterback in the NFL? He came back.
He's good.
His track record after Megatron left.
And he balled out in Detroit.
Facts, I'll give you that.
It's because after Megatron left, his track record. Once Megatron wasn't what it was.
That's why when he got with a formidable offense and team, we have the results in which we had. So that's why it's even more so a little scary with him with a whole year with this. So I can give you that.
I feel like it's definitely disrespectful having him at 6. It's like, what else do I got to do?
Yeah. Like I can't get no respect.
Where you feel like he should be at? Where you feel like he should be?
In the top 5? I get no respect. Yeah, I feel you. Should he be in the top 5, man?
My top 5 quarterbacks, if I was to be honest, you have to put Patrick Mahomes as the best quarterback in the NFL.
He was there last year. He was the number 1 pick in this poll last year.
Him, matter of fact, him and Aaron Rodgers flipped this season. Yes, they
flipped. Right. He's blown our minds. What he's done. Every year, it's like the Chiefs is going to win the Super Bowl. I feel like number 2 should be Matthew Stafford out of respect for the Los Angeles Rams Super Bowl champions. Okay. Maybe the enemy, but he's done everything that he's been supposed to.
Okay.
Number 3, without a doubt.
You said Lamar?
Yes.
Okay.
Easily. Number 4, I hate this. Makes me sick to my stomach. Trey, this is your number 1, I think. Josh Allen.
Okay. Okay.
He's a lumberjack. Number 5, it's a tie. Joe Burrow or Justin Bird.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert.
Okay. Well, y'all do know. So when this list did come out, and I like your list. That's a nice list, Ron. I
Thank you.
can't argue that. I can't argue that at all. But Tom Brady and Josh Allen actually tied for third. To be honest, they put Tom Brady at fourth, but they tied for third. They had him tied at them two at third, but for number purposes that they put him at four at Tom Brady. But I do like your top five though.
I don't think nobody would be shocked if the Buccaneers was 9-8.
Oh we.
Bishop would.
Yeah, I would. I probably would. Putting Lamar at 3 is crazy. Anthony Price says that's crazy that you put Lamar at 3.
Do it, Anthony.
He doesn't agree with your list. He feels that 3 is too high. Are you saying it's too high or too low, Anthony?
He's saying it's way too high.
Probably. He probably is. He probably is saying
I
this.
can't stand the Lamar disrespect, man. He is so Michael Vick 2.0, and we're gonna give him all his shade. And it's everybody. He's supposed to be a running back or a wide receiver. I'm like, he won an MVP, y'all. This is an MVP quarterback who's out here playing with Hollywood Brown. You give him Mike Evans, Godwin, and Brown. Come on, man.
He said Lamar's not a top 5. Lamar wasn't even a top 5 last year, though. Lamar went from last year, he was number
like 8. Yeah.
He was 8. He went from 8 to 11 this year.
The disrespect.
He dropped.
And Baltimore Ravens had a horrific year. The whole team had COVID multiple times. Lamar got injured, missed 6 games.
A whole depleted running back room.
Whole depleted, yeah.
It's a messy season, but watch the bounce back. Watch. Like I said on Friday, he's my number one person.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm pulling for Lamar. I'm pulling for Lamar. I am.
I just hate the Baltimore Ravens system. I wish you asked for a trade.
Oh wow. Who would you like to see Lamar go to?
Miami.
Oh boy, that would be.
Which is where he's from, and
right.
They have an incredible team.
Right.
I want to play here before, but
boy, that would definitely be a major upgrade. Oh, that would be a major upgrade.
People can be Kevin Durant,
bro. That would be a huge upgrade.
So you're in your top 3, rounds. Lamar, and you need a quarterback. Lamar is there with Josh Allen and Mahomes. Who you taking?
Look. You see what Trey doing?
What are you talking about? I'm just asking a question. We're in a conversation here. I'm asking a question.
You say what? Say it again one more time.
You're within your first 5 rounds, and you got to take a quarterback. Mahomes, Lamar, and Allen are there. Who are you taking in your top running quarterback draft?
I'm taking Lamar.
On Lamar all day.
Mahomes' numbers should be down.
Yep, number 2, and then Josh Allen.
How often do you pick a quarterback in your first 5 rounds?
So then, Ron, here comes this question. It says, Ron, I don't care to blame the favors for the first team run playbook and don't care about wide receivers.
That's what I do. That's why I said I wouldn't. It can't be fun playing there. It's not like. And now you can't even throw deep bombs to Brown no more.
I'm trying to figure out why Bishop is messing with my strategies. But I digress there.
This dude here, Ron, if you don't watch Trey, Ron, this dude trying to find out all your secrets on why you going to pick for the draft, bro. He's trying to find out all your little secrets, bro, how you pick on
the quarterback.
That's where you get it out. That's where you get it inconspicuously wrong, Bishop. It's not about what he is doing. It's about what I'm going to do. It has nothing to do with what he's doing. I can't help what he does. I can't help what I do.
When you see him do this, he's talking to somebody in the background. Hey, write that down. He's telling
that down.
Oh no, I'm writing it down myself. I keep a book in the notepad right here specifically for that reason. So it's already.
Hey, you ain't the only one. I got my notepad right here too. Hey, you ain't the only one. My book, my pen.
Trey, when are you getting your quarterback?
Now, let's see. He don't never want to talk.
I don't know. I really don't know. I would tell you this.
Wow.
My draft is built off what everyone else is doing. Like I said, I don't. The draft makes no difference to me. Honestly, it really doesn't. I don't care where. I used to wonder why I got drafted. I don't care where I draft at. It don't make a difference. Like
What a
it makes
present.
no difference.
What
And
a
it's not
present.
really gonna make a difference. You know what I'm saying? It's really finna get real with this auction joint. So at this
Woo!
point, it's
That
like
part.
First
it
round.
don't even make a difference. Now you know what I'm saying. Now
That
If you
part.
drafting a quarterback in the first 5 rounds, I'm gonna be looking at you like this is your first time. Don't do it. Um,
Mm.
I
Mm.
I think
Method
the
to all people's madness, Ron. There's a method to all people's madness.
yeah, that's true. That part.
right.
But
I've had
what
I've,
part of it is truly madness? Whereas like in strategic madness as opposed to just madness because it's like you basically throwing all caution to the wind at this point and just drafting.
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
getting the person you want.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, but it will be seen, of course. You know, what I'm saying as you that part we do know. We're definitely looking for an auction draft. So if you ain't with that auction life to where you it's just picking,
Yeah.
uh,
Bring the gay
you might
game.
not want
Bring
to.
the gay game.
So I asked this question: rookie, um, Chicago rookie, new Chicago rookie wide receiver Velus Jones Jr. is catching slack for his age. Do you believe that it is he should be, being that he is a 25-year-old rookie because he's basically went through college for 6 years. He was redshirted 1 year for the beloved USC Trojans.
I knew
Then
I ain't heard this dude. I ain't know who this dude was. I knew it was a reason.
he was one of the top coveted wide receivers in the draft. So it is what it is.
What
But he
round
was
did you
I think he went second round, first round.
go?
He went in the top. He went in the top three or top four. I think top four. Um, but he's 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's a lack, or does experience beat out youth in this situation? I know what Bishop's going to say
I
because
can't
now that he knew that he was a USC product at one point, just like
beloved.
Age,
just like
age,
Bryce Young. Let's keep it real. Bryce Young was a USC product at 1.2 before he flipped his before he flipped.
wanted to
But
play
go ahead, Bishop.
more competitive, yeah, in a more competitive division, conference. But yeah, I get it. No, I don't think age
Is
matters.
that why
No,
what's his
that
name
is
left?
not no.
Is that why they left?
Obviously he didn't want to play in a more competitive. He knew he was going over there to where a soft.
Is that why Rattler left to go to the SEC?
Yeah, Rattler ain't finna do nothing in the SEC. He is not. I'm telling you that. Aaron. You heard that here first. Rattler is not doing nothing in the
I
SEC.
wonder, Ron. I wonder would he be saying the same thing if Rattler was still playing for Oklahoma in the SEC?
We would never know, huh? We would never know.
That's a good answer, Bishop. I like that. That was a nice comeback. Nice comeback.
You
Because
never know.
I was just about to say checkmate
No.
and do a flick. You know what I'm saying? But I'll give you that. Nice comeback. Nice comeback.
He ain't coming back to OU, and he be on. But I can't wait till we. I hope. Well, he won't He won't be there when we make it to the SEC.
But yeah, so the experience or youth, which one would y'all prefer to go with?
Experience. Didn't
Experience.
that happen?
Situation.
Didn't that happen before? Didn't one there a quarterback or something like that did that before prior to this that came in the league kind of late like that? Because in that, so let me ask you this: what's any different than what's your boy Ron, the longest yard?
Adam Sandler.
No, the for the Rams.
Cheeseburger Eddie.
You talking about Kurt Warner,
Kurt Warner.
the American Dream.
Yeah, and they're no different than him playing in the USFL or whatever or Arena League and coming in and doing what he did.
Wow.
The greatest show on turf for 3 years.
That's no different, isn't it? What's the difference than getting somebody from the Arena League who's seasoned and older or whatever, and then bringing them into the NFL? What's the difference? I'm waiting. Don't worry, I'll wait. Matter of fact, I'll put myself on.
Ron, you agree with the experience, or you going youth?
Yeah, I don't know where Bishop just took that. If my team is ready to win, I want experience. But like if I'm the Jacksonville Jaguars, I don't want no 26-year-old wide receiver. I want somebody young that my quarterback can grow with. But if I'm the Rams, yeah, come on, we could use another grown up.
You know what?
the military, when we used to get our troops, the difference is
Yeah,
somebody come in 30-year-old E2. You like
why
then at the
why
same time,
why I'm a 25-year-old sergeant? Like, it's like
it be
Damn
so
like
part.
yeah, I did. I remember for a high second, I was the youngest person in my I was the highest ranking one, but I was the youngest in my group. So yeah, I get it. I understand.
I don't feel like a number. I don't feel like the age matters, man. If you know, I feel like when you with age comes maturity. So I feel like that plays a factor. You have more maturity in you to be coming into the league and maybe more of a, I get what Ron's saying in a way, because if you're trying to build off your quarterback, you would prefer a younger one. That way you have more longevity out of them. But if you're trying to win now, yeah, I'm definitely taking experience over age, over youth all day.
Mm, interesting. I think I agree with Ron. Like it depends on the situation, and what. But that situation, which he said, brought me back to what we was talking about earlier. Where was Bishop? I didn't see. Where was Sunshine on the list? Did you see? Did they bring it up on the quarterbacks?
Oh, they didn't. They didn't give the full list. They didn't get the full list.
Where you think he landed at?
Ooh, coming off that horrible season he just had, he might have been. He might have been in the top 25. Let me look. Hold on. Let me see. That's a good question because I don't know, bro. Because
Where would he be on your list, Ron? Where would you put Trevor Lawrence at on your list?
I'll say this. I'll say this though, Trey. I'll say this too, Trey.
Don't say it because I can see a smirk on grin and smirk. At first, I was engaged until you started with that grin or smirk. So
No,
don't say what you're about to say, but go ahead. I know what you're about to say, but go ahead.
no. I feel like he'll be in the top 10 or top 15 in the this come up next season.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say something else disrespectful or something like that.
I feel like he's 17. Just thinking of a random
Last
number.
season? From last season, you saying 17? Ron, you giving him 17 from last season?
Yeah.
And I assume this is built on the quarterback whisperer that he has as a head coach now.
Yeah, he should have a productive season. There's at least 10 teams that have a worse quarterback than him. 49ers.
So you know what? That's what I expected that from Bishop. I'm not gonna lie. I expect that from Bishop, but to get it from Ron, it's so that's why I stay loaded. I keep my records loaded. So why is it that with a year more of under their belt, why can't Trey Lance move forward? We had this conversation where we just talked about how the Rams are moving forward.
Wow.
Trey Lance is we're not going to act like Shanahan is not like isn't a pretty good himself in things. So why is it that Trey Lance can't move forward as well? That's saying I just want to expose the Niner disrespect and the Niner hate on this panel and this show. You know what I'm saying?
So check
I
this out.
just want to expose that.
So check this out, and I know we push. I know we push for time, right?
As well as Tua.
Yeah, I know we push for time, but let me give y'all this real quick, right? Let me give you this real quick. The NFL's top 10 QBs. Ron, Trey, this is y'all might like this. At number 10 is still Dak Prescott. At number 9, Lamar Jackson. At number 8, Matthew Stafford.
This is NFL.com?
This is the NFL's, yes. This is the NFL's. CBS Sports, I'm sorry. It's CBS Sports.
CBS Sports. Stafford at number 8?
8. Russell Wilson at number 7. Joe Burrow at number 6. Justin Herbert at number 5.
I'm not mad at that.
Josh Allen at number 4. Aaron Rodgers at number 3. Patrick Mahomes at number 2.
Wait, hold up. Let me guess number 1. You said Joe Burrow.
The GOAT, Brady, at number 1.
He must have stake in CBS. Ain't that where he going to work at next year?
I'm just telling you, this is where they got him. Because I want to see where Trevor Lawrence was. Oh, and the dark horse, these are the dark horse honorable mentions. Jalen Hurts. Listen to this. The honorable mention, dark horse honorable mention.
It's a reason why he's emphasizing that. But go ahead, Bishop. Please proceed.
Jalen Hurts.
That definitely needs to be mentioned. He's gonna put up numbers.
Trey Lance. Yeah, they got him at honorable mention. And Trevor Lawrence.
The young guns.
So,
Is
man, we might have to stay a little late today, fellas. Did y'all talk about Ja Morant already?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about it earlier.
we did. We
Missed
sure.
it. Okay.
Yes,
So
we did.
I said I was going to do a mock draft on Friday. Completely forgot. So I just started one. And y'all know I'm looking at the projections for the quarterback, the top 10. Who is the highest projected quarterback this year? Josh Allen, 377 at 42. So they got him as the 42nd ranked player in fantasy, which is about the 4th round, which is the only time you should be taking a quarterback. Anthony, if you're taking a quarterback in the 1st round, you got problems. But the list goes Josh Allen, Mahomes, Herbert, Lamar Jackson, top 4, Kyler Murray, number 5, then Dak. Listen to this, Bishop. Jalen Hurts, the number 6 ranked quarterback in regards to fantasy numbers.
What's his ADP?
322 is his projected points. 81. 81st player you should be drafting.
81st.
Ron is Christian McCaffrey. No, it's Cooper Kupp.
There it is. You heard it first. You heard it there first. He giving out jewels. Ron out here giving out jewels. Nuggets.
I got my fantasy quarterbacks you need to target to. I'm gonna give some nuggets away.
He giving out nuggets. He dropping nuggets.
Be sure to catch Ron's fantasy perspective every Monday and Friday on First Formation as he drops us the jewels in which he talk about where he should be drafted. But be wary. He might be setting you up.
He might be
setting you up. It might be a setup.
Just be wary.
That part.
Number
might be wary.
Lamar Jackson bounce back year. You have to have him on your list. Number 2, Matthew Stafford. Like, he has Cooper Kupp. Year 2. Like, if you have a chance to draft him and you don't have a quarterback yet, it's like, what are you doing? And he wasn't in there. But my sleepers, Jalen Hurts, of course. He got some weapons. And Tua. If you're going to draft a quarterback late, why not have Tua and sit him on his bench? What if Miami works?
So, Ron, this is what I need you to do, right? For us Friday, for the show on Friday, this is what I need you to do. Since you like dropping nuggets, I want you to do this for us, please. On Friday, since you've already stated that you are definitely not a veteran fantasy football player, if you're drafting a quarterback in the 1st round, what I need you for, if you would, please, sir, please, on Friday, please come in with the 5 top backup quarterbacks for fantasy football. 5 backup quarterbacks for fantasy football. If you want them nuggets
in my head just now, Kirk Cousins. But we're gonna put together.
Ooh, I like it.
That's a steal.
Ooh, I like it. So if you're looking for nuggets, y'all be sure to tune in Friday. The professor
have it going for you.
Nuggets. But like Trey said,
Professor Fantasy.
Hey, listen at your own.
Trey won 5 championships last year, so I feel like if y'all tune in to First Nation, y'all gonna get some knowledge regardless.
I'm not finna. I'm stingy. I'm not letting you go to anything. I just give you what
answers. Like, just say it, Trey. Dang.
This is the good thing, though, right? This is the good thing, right? The fact of the matter is that we're doing a auction draft. Being that it's auction is cool. Everybody got access to all players. So that's the best way to go. If you're doing an auction draft, it won't matter. That part, can you afford that player? Exactly. That part, Anthony. I love it. So whether the Nuggets is going to be helpful or not, do you know how to apply?
Them.
Can
you apply the information in which you are being given? That is basically where we're at.
Or will you be greedy and use all your money up in the first 2 rounds?
Don't go chasing waterfalls. So, of course, like Bishop was saying, that's us. That's it for today. But be sure to tune us tomorrow because we have a special situation where, like we said, the NBA Finals will be kick off this weekend. So, what in true fashion, we're gonna go ahead and have some of those coaches on to have a conversation with us Tuesday. Tomorrow, we
Yes.
have a few. Of course, Coach Uriah. Coach Myers, he takes off the commissioner hat a little bit and throw back on the coaching hats as he coaches Team CMB. That's Colorado Military Basketball Team. If you didn't catch it yesterday, there was a game, military basketball game championship from the ESPN Sports Center yesterday, in which Elgin Air Force Base took on Fort Stewart military basketball team, in which Elgin's Air Force Base came out victorious. I didn't get the score, but of course we'll be able to talk about it. Of course, one of the individuals who were instrumental in putting that together, Coach Wayne Walcott of the Fort Stewart military basketball team. He's due to be on the show, I believe, on Wednesday. So we'll be able to talk to him about that. He'll be able to share and impart with us what went on. Like you said, military basketball is a whole vibe, as y'all hear us talk about it before. Armed forces, military basketball is that's what it's about. So be sure to tune in to us tomorrow. Like I said, 09-1100 hours, so you can catch those coaches on. They can talk about what it's looking like. Some of them are champions already, even winning their conference or the military basketball, multiple champions as they won in the past. So y'all be here to catch them talking about that. Be on. Look forward to it. Gentlemen, any last words before we get up out of here?
Man, thank y'all so much again. Be sure to tune in to First Formation every Monday through Friday from 09 to 1100 hours. And for you civilian personnel, that's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Don't be late. You don't want to miss First Formation. We're going to have it all for you. And for you fantasy football players, be sure to head on over, and even non-fantasy football players, please head over to First Formation on Facebook, YouTube, all the platforms, so that we can provide all the information that you may need, knowing when we will be having our shows, and all that you need to know about fantasy football, because it's about to go down. With that being said, that's all I got, man. Y'all have a great Monday. Ron?
Sports and shenanigans. When can we catch you, Ron?
There we go. Every Wednesday night at the Speakeasy. Thank y'all for allowing me to be part of the incredible morning show. Do not draft Christian McCaffrey this year. All bar.
Don't be sure to tune in for them Nuggets on Friday, man. Ron bringing them. Ron the professor is bringing them to you Friday. Backup quarterbacks. Backup quarterbacks for fantasy. Come have your pen and paper ready.
Get ready, get it ready, get it ready. So, of course, we greatly appreciate y'all being with us this morning. Enjoy your Monday morning, the beginning of the week. Look forward, if you're able to, catch tonight's game, number 1 versus number 3, Panchero versus Chet, to see what's going down, how it's going down. It's going down in Vegas. We holler at y'all. Enjoy your day. Peace.
Cyro 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated in the building. Y'all have a great one. God, peace.